Katt Williams is more than a comedian. He's known for speaking boldly and shining a light on the comedy world's hidden sides. Recently, he focused on Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley, highlighting the close networks in the industry, and even Samuel L. Jackson has noted the respect they have for him. The story goes back to Detroit for a legendary comedy showdown. Nearly 10,000 fans watched as Katt Williams faced Steve Harvey. Katt's timing, confidence, and wit won the audience from the start. His playful teasing of Harvey's hair became an unforgettable moment. That night afterward, Harvey shifted toward television, while Katt became known for fearless comedy, showing how one performance can shape a career.
But one of my biggest issues is the people that see themselves weirdly in cases like this. And what they want and what they say are two different things. What they say is, I never want to see a black man go to jail. And I never want, and the reality is a lot of people that fall in line with that, or whether it's the Tories and, you know, the Bill Cosbys, they don't want redemption and they don't want equality. They want the same privilege to get away with those type of things. That's what they really want. That's what they see in themselves. So removing just the Diddy of it all, I get tired of people that take on these cases as some kind of redemption for themselves. It's like, look, bro, you do horrible things to individuals and you are a serial fill in the blank, whether that's, you know, in all these cases, and it's varying degrees of things that usually happen towards women. You guys don't want equality, guys. You want the same privilege as oppressors. And a lot of times, you don't even want to sit on the table. You're willing to sit on the floor as long as you can be in a room and oppress other people. You know, so you guys can sell me with I just want a black man, and like I don't want that. I want abusers to pay for their consequences, and there's many levels of abusers.
The streets are talking, and the streets are saying that Steve might be in panic mode. If you watch my last video about Steve, you would know that Steve pimped out Lori Harvey to Diddy, allegedly. Well, word on the street is that Steve had been trying to do so for some time now, and the opportunity finally arose after the passing of Kim Porter. But this is how wicked Steve actually is. You see, Lori and Kim had a pretty close bond when she was alive, and even after Kim's passing, Lori paid tribute to Kim on social media. She wrote, "Having a hard time processing this one. You were such a beautiful person inside and out. Thank you for always being so sweet and loving to me. I'm so glad I told you how much I loved and missed you last time I saw you. Your energy was truly something special. An angel on earth and now in heaven. R.I.P. Mama Kim." Now, giving Lori's friendship with Kim Porter, it's crazy that she would enter a relationship with Diddy just 5 months after her passing. That's what a villain would do.
Years later, at the 2017 Def Comedy Jam reunion, the tension resurfaced. What was meant to be a celebration of legendary comedians turned awkward when Dave Chappelle praised Katt Williams as one of the most authentic and fearless performers of their time. The audience cheered, giving Katt the recognition he deserved. Steve Harvey appeared uncomfortable and tried to redirect attention to himself, while Cedric the Entertainer and Ricky Smiley's reactions seemed a bit forced. Katt remained calm and confident, showing that respect in comedy is earned, not given.
Well, Clive Davis, yeah, that's the monster. And the head of Universal Music Group. What's this motherfucker? See, he's put Diddy up, and they sacrificing Diddy. They said, "I take this shit. We can't be involved." But Diddy's smart. He filmed every, so he was, and the freak boy that run Universal Music Group. So he got them on some. Now, that's why they raiding the house, because they got friends in Homeland Security and the feds. And they said, get in there and get them tapes from the kind of blackmailers. That's what I believe is going on. Because, you know, Homeland Security, they came in there with tanks down there, motherfucker, military, motherfucker, 25 deep, 30 deep for one dancing. Say what? One dancing, 50 goddamn troops at his goddamn mansion. It's not Suge Knight, it's Diddy, y'all. He gonna dance him to death? I mean, what the f?
Properties owned by Diddy were raided yesterday by Homeland Security as part of an ongoing investigation into the music mogul, who's been accused of...
Now, isn't it ironic that, you know, HSI's there, the military, Homeland Security, anyway, the militarization of the police department has just gotten out of all these mother on army gear like they going to war at somebody's mansion. All right. Now, part two of this. I mean, what? You gonna tear up the man's house? It's just, and you didn't put shit to where you found it. You sons of bitch. You sons of bitch. I want to know who told the camera crews that they were going down there to raid his house. They already set up, had the satellites, the helicopters that all over the top, the aerial view. I mean, just to, sensationalize the story. This is what I'm saying. Somebody's behind this staged, right? Because if it's really just a quick, fast hit on the mother, ain't gonna call the press and say we about to hit Puffy's crib. You're just gonna hit the crib. Have to hear about that through the grapevine and rush down there as quick as they can. But no, we seen the aerial shot of them driving up and arriving at this crib. Somebody's behind it. Somebody way up the ladder. And I think that ladder is the head of Universal Music Group.
Katt Williams later turned his attention to Cedric the Entertainer, claiming that one of his signature closing jokes from Bed's Comic View was reused on the Kings of Comedy tour with only minor changes. Katt emphasized that this was about respect and originality, not ego. Fans revisiting old clips noticed similarities, which added weight to his point. Cedric never publicly responded, and Katt saw that silence is telling. The story also touches on the late Bernie Mac, who Katt says faced unfair obstacles in comedy because his honesty and raw style made some peers uncomfortable. Katt believes that Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley worked against Bernie, and that fame in Hollywood often depends as much on politics behind the scenes as talent. Even comedian Mark Curry has alleged that Steve Harvey borrowed concepts and ideas for his television show, highlighting the tensions between originality and influence in the comedy world.
Williams, the GOAT, man, he's an awesome guy. He's like a brother to me.
Yeah.
He's given me so much. He's given me wisdom. The dude got wisdom. He got wisdom beyond wisdom, And, a lot of times I rap to him and, I talk to him about it. He gets me right. He the only one can get me right.
Yeah.
He can look at me and get me right. So he is incredible. He is a genius. He's the genius. And people got to remember, he doing Coliseums, fool.
Yeah.
Right.
He doing Coliseums, sold out Coliseums. He could do them twice if he wanted. Katt is in his world. He let me do whatever I want to do. He's the only one who ever took me out.
Okay.
The Steve Harvey situation.
Right.
Listen to this. No one knows this.
Okay. You jammed up Steve Harvey for taking jokes,
Yeah,
right?
for taking jokes. He tried to, he catch a fade. So you from the town, you gonna catch a fade wherever you are.
You was trying to fight him.
No.
He said Harvey's motivation was not financial, but personal, a desire to replicate the style that made Curry popular. These claims echoed the complaints Katt Williams and others have raised, suggesting Harvey sometimes leans on others' creativity to stay relevant. Hollywood insiders note that imitation is common among big names, focused more on branding than craft. Katt Williams points to this as another example of how fake success can overshadow genuine talent, showing that the industry often rewards those who play along rather than those who stand alone. And Ricky Smiley dates back to the early 2000s during the making of Friday After Next. Katt became famous as Money Mike, but he says Smiley tried to claim credit for helping him land the role. Katt even added a clause in his contract to avoid sharing screen time with Smiley unless he wore a dress. Later, when Smiley appeared in First Sunday wearing one, Katt took it as proof he would do anything for a role. Smiley denied the story, leaving fans divided. Some sided with Katt for his honesty, while others thought he exaggerated. The tension between them highlights a bigger Hollywood reality where artists often compete while unseen forces pull the strings.
Yeah, I mean, we in 2024, we started 2024 with an aggressive call to action by way of Katt Williams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He had a lot of specific takes on that. And one of them was, he's been very open about just, he was casted to play
Money Mike.
Yeah. The truth of that versus Ricky Smiley says, well, he wanted to play like.
No, what it was, we had Ricky come out before Katt. And Ricky tried, we got him out there. Let's see how many different roles we can audition him in and see which one pop out. And So he did go for Money Mike, but he was a better Santa Claus. And then once we saw Katt, it was like, Katt came in so prepared and on point. It was like he was Money Mike. Like it wasn't no acting that had to go down. It was like, this dude right here is comedic gold, and his part was just small in the movie.
Yeah,
he was just a little crazy boyfriend of the chick that Craig was going after. And so as he started to get down, we like keeping the camera rolling. We like, in the edit, he's like, man, we need more Money Mike. Keep him going, keep it going, keep it going. And he stills the third act of that movie is like Money Mike's coming out.
Man, I think Katt Williams needed to have like some type of stock in Chrysler, because he had everybody pushing them PT Cruisers.
Yeah.
Whipping that hoe.
Cruisers.
You know what I'm saying?
He, when you get a guy on set that has the magic, or that, is on fire, you figure out a way to just let him do his thing. Keep feeding him. Let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And don't get in his way.
Yeah.
Let him go. And a lot of comedians like to work with me because I always give them a chance to go. This is just your chance to steal it, baby. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was telling me about that. But what was the issue between Bernie Mac and Steve Harvey? Because I heard you make a comment before about how, Steve Harvey tried to take Bernie Mac role. Like, what happened with that?
You told me, Steve, bro, I don't have anything against Steve Harvey. But if somebody tells you something and it comes up and you know that you heard it from somebody that you knew, right? Certain people that in your life you believe, right? Everybody that's watching this, there's certain people in your life that you believe. I did Who's the Man with Bernie. We put Bernie in Who's the Man because Bernie was fucking hilarious. And we had a friendship, okay? Bernie Mac was always the same person. I don't care if he was on the Bernie Mac show. I remember doing a Court in the Gym. I was living in LA. I had a recurring role on Jim Belushi's show called A Court in the Gym. Right across from me was Bernie Mac's show, and it was on fire. He had the whole side of the building, like, the poster that they showed on TV with him and the kids in the back and Wanda, the wife. That's where he filmed that. I have no idea that just because I know Bernie Mac that I can saunter over there and ask for Bernie Mac. So when he found out that I was across the other side of the lot, he sent one of his people to come get me, and me and him sat out and we had lunch and we smoked cigars, and he even took an extra hour just so he could kick it with me. Bernie is one of those people, like certain other people in my life, that I knew very well. If Stretch told me something, I will believe it because he never lied to me. Bernie told me something, I believed it because he never lied to me. He told me that when he got Oceans, Steve called the producers to try to get his role and even wanted to take less money, and the producers told Steve no. That's what Bernie told Ed Lover. That's why they never did another Kings of Comedy, because he wasn't feeling Steve.
You personally, do you believe he was jealous of Bernie Mac?
I think everybody else had a show. Remember, I did the Hughleys. I was on the Hughleys twice. Remember, DL had the Hughleys. Steve had the Steve Harvey show. Sid was on the Steve Harvey show. Bernie is the only one that did not have his own sitcom at that point. And Bernie's sitcom blew the... So was there a little jealousy? Do I think so? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Because remember when they first started the Kings of Comedy, Steve was the closer. Steve used to close. And then Steve became the host. And everybody that ever watched that show If you ever watch that Kings of the Comedy movie, you remember Bernie Mac's part more than you remember anybody's part.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer because there's a dress in here. They come in. The writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prop. And he put this dress on. And what is prop? Nah, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress. Oh, come on, Dave. Listen, we got it all set up. We're supposed to shoot. Every minute you waste costs this much money. You know, the pressure comes in. He said, I'm not wearing no dress, man. I'm funnier than a dress. Just give me something funny to say. I don't need to wear no dress to be funny. What am I, Milton Berle? You know, we're going like this. And then finally he's like, and he leaves. And then like the director comes, Dave, it really would be great if you wear the dress. What is wrong? What is this, Brokeback Mountain in here? So then, wear the dress. I don't want to wear the dress. I want to wear this dress. You know what I mean? This is, oh gosh, this guy's so difficult. They leave. Now the producers comes, come on, David would be so great. I mean, and then I started thinking about it. All the comics that I've seen, man, you know, strong brothers, why they be putting us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. That comes back 10 minutes later, the whole new scene. Damn, how did you write the scene so fast? You know, it's like, so you gotta take a...
It's that softball question. It's two answers. First of all, let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress. Okay, well, I watched all of my friends throughout my entire life be able to dunk a basketball, but not me. So everybody can't do everything. So, you know, some of us make choices. I think it's not a biggest choice for others. I'm saying at the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we have Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next. Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them. End quote.
We all love Dave Chappelle.
Exactly. Dave Chappelle has never been a part of the Illuminati. They don't want him or me or people like us.
Yeah.
But now it's not necessary for us to stir up that hornet's nest unless we intend to get stung 1,000,000 times. I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times. I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more.
All right. How do you handle that? Because they put your name in the press with a lot of rumors and a lot of situations that they try to put on Katt Williams. Do you feel ever the need to, like, I got to go defend this and put out a story about who I am, or do you just let that kind of like roll off your back when
Well, as you can see, I've let it all go for quite some time, and a lot of that is just based upon the fact that I don't really know how to complain because all of the people that I ever looked up to had to go through it too. So I know how much they talked about Martin Luther King, and I know what they end up doing to him. I know this same story about Jesus and a few of my uncles. So now I know that if your mouth is really, really big and you try to tell the truth for a living and you like to air people out, hatred is coming your way. I didn't know it was going to be this type of hatred, but you know, I'm concrete in all things because of He who strengthens me. So that doesn't mean I always make the right decisions, but I am going to stand by what I stand for. And I'm only continuing to do it because I was looking for somebody who was doing it instead of me. And I just must have missed them. You know what I mean? So at some point you have to figure out what example are you trying to be. If it's just going to be you going to make it and live happily ever after and go off into the sunset, then that's what that is. Otherwise, you're on the front line of this battle. And those of us who understand that this is a part of what comes with it.
All right, last question. Scary Movie 5, April 12th. Everybody's going to go see that.
Including me.
What else does Katt Williams have come out? We're going to see you on stage, do stand-up. What's up next with Katt Williams?
Well, you know, the best thing for me is when I'm able to do the movies, and then, you know, if I do 4 months of doing movies, then I'm able to go to stand-up, and that's a nice, healthy pace for me. So
Katt Williams has proven he is more than just a comedian. He is a man who calls out what others ignore. His clashes with Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley go beyond personal rivalry, highlighting how Hollywood really works. When Katt talks about hidden alliances or secret recordings, he makes people stop and listen. Some call him outspoken, others bold, but one thing is clear: Katt Williams refuses to stay silent. The question is, how long can Hollywood keep its secrets when someone keeps daring to speak out? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe so you never miss an update. Until then, keep it real.